to visit with your people.
You're already Mike, right? Yeah, okay. We'll go ahead. Yeah, we're ready to go.
Yeah,
We'll rush through this last one really quickly. Dominic Kruger is our next speaker. He is a speaker, trainer, entertainer, coach, and now published author of the world's shortest book on success that you can find at 7pagestosuccess.com. He works with leaders at all levels to create a culture of productivity in a world of distractions. Dominic is here to share the diamond rule for leaders and the 3 things you can do to implement it with your team and the people in your life. So give it up for Dominic.
As my audience, you are CEOs, executives, and entrepreneurs who actually care about their leaders and improving their effectiveness in your group, team, or organization. Fair enough? Okay, great. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Right? Treat people the way you would like to be treated. Who knows what that is? The golden rule. Of course. We all know it. They've been saying it for thousands of years. Lao Tzu, Buddha, Jesus Christ, all of them have said it. And we all agree with it. But then why is it that 80% of the people quit their manager and not their job? It seems like in the application of it, as leaders, we miss something. I'm here today to talk to you about the diamond rule of leadership. And that is to lead people the way they need to be led. To lead people the way they need to be led. Now, the reason it's the diamond rule is because this is exactly the same job that a diamond cutter has in taking a rough diamond and transforming it into beautiful gems. Ladies, you can look. Right? Did a good job? So, as a leader, your responsibility is to find what people have and transform it into their best productive self. To take a rough stone and transform it. And the value of a diamond is not only in the stone itself, but rather in the hands of the master who crafts it. So, I believe that how you lead people is more important than who you lead. How you lead people is more important than who you lead. You can ask any championship coach that have taken a team. Look at the Hawks. They're not a team of superstars. There's something special about that leader. Would you agree? Transform a $22 ticket into a $180 ticket. Right? And for me, after training literally thousands of leaders in corporate America, I can tell you this. The leader is the difference that makes a difference most of the time. And it's no accident when teams perform better than others. And that's the difference of leadership. But for you to implement the diamond rule, to lead people the way they need to be led, there's 3 things you need to know. The first thing is, there's no formula. There's no book, there's no tape, there's no assessment tool, there's nothing that says, okay, ladies, here's how I'm going to lead. Okay, men, here's how it goes. Matter of fact, the greatest travesty right now in leadership and management is treating generations as if they are a thing that 30 years ago, most of you in this room would be completely offended by today. Would you agree? People are individuals. And just like the diamond cutter chooses the strategy based on that stone, the imperfections, the faults, the beauty that lies within, so is your job as a leader to treat that individual in a way they need to get the best out of them. Unfortunately, that requires work on your part. Part of my management program I call TLC management training is to train, lead, and coach managers to bring out all of that. But Because for you, your skills matter. As a leader, your skills matter. It's the diamond cutter who makes the most beautiful stone, who brings out the shine, the clarity. Imagine, if you will, that your only tool is a sledgehammer. Wham! Well, clearly he didn't have the education I needed. Clearly, he wasn't a team player. I gave my best. Wham! And if the only tool in your toolbox is a sledgehammer, you end up with a lot of dust. So the third thing you need to know in order to implement the diamond rule is it's not about you. It's not about you. When you look at that diamond, is the first thing you think of, wow, I'm so glad that diamond cutter cut that way. Michael Jordan, who was his coach? Mother Teresa, who's her boss? Well, we all think of that sometimes, but don't diss her boss. But she had a boss on earth, but we don't ask about that. We look at their brilliance. Your job is to bring out their brilliance and let it shine, not you. It is not about you. Know that you're the difference that makes a difference. And I'm going to leave you with one quote from Lao Tzu that I think sums it all up. Go to the people. Live with them. Love them. Learn what they know. Start with what they have. And when the job is done, the best of leaders, they will say, we have done it ourselves. Thank you.
Okay, everybody, we're going to shorten our discussion by a minute or so. Some of you may need to leave, and that's fine. So go ahead and give us your thoughts, and we'll pick up in 4 minutes. A little bit of clean up the table business. There's an envelope on the desk, one for each speaker. Tom Marino, demonstrate. Yes, you put the speaker's name on it. Put the speaker's name on each of those envelopes and put the Post-it notes you collected for that person in there. You'll also, that's great, you put the Post-it notes right on the, oh, I see what you're showing. Okay, so, yeah, the feedback form. Yeah, feedback form with the Post-it notes inside the envelope. Okay, great. Who would like to give Dominic the first bit of feedback? All the way in the back. Terrific. Great. Andy Goldman.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
I can, thank you.
Hi, Dominic. Dominic, thanks a lot. We got a lot out of what you had to say. I think that the big plus for us might have been talking about it's not about you, it's about them, and understanding that your success is predicated on how you coach, how you manage your employees. I think the watch outs would be around, you were fairly bombastic, my word, in the way you presented, and it felt more like a keynote speech where you were talking about your philosophy as opposed to a persuasive conversation where you're trying to bring someone along. It felt like you were a little bit on stage too much as opposed to a more of a dialogue or a conversation. And probably overdone on the metaphor, which is the same thing. The diamond philosophy is, metaphor doesn't work for everyone, but it works well enough to get you into the heart and meat of what you specifically do. So I would say hit it and then get off it and go to the meat.
Thank you, Andy.
Okay, very good. We gave you an 8 overall. We really like your high energy, but depending on your audience, it could come across as inauthentic. So just, to me, it's a great quality. I mean, you can always tweak it down, but it's hard to tweak it up.
Right.
So I think
Yeah, you say so.
What was
I
your
have turned
name?
down.
What was your name?
That's an answer.
Jeff.
Jeff. And Jeff, where does the inauthenticity come from? Are you saying it's the bigness, or where's that feeling coming from?
Well, there's some disagreement as to whether it's inauthentic. It might come across as inauthentic. It just might. Some people might be more compelled to accept your message with the volume and everything than others might.
So, but it's about the volume, essentially, the bigness.
It's one of those things where just because you're loud doesn't mean that you're right.
I've heard that before.
Wave my hand around and say, kind of, you are who you are. Some people might like it, some people might not. To me, it doesn't matter. That's my side. And not so much what you should do, but hey, I got who you are.
You had a heavy exhale that occurred twice, and it was a little bit unsettling for us. I don't quite remember it, but that's just something to watch out for. And the sledgehammer was, just in case anyone fell asleep.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jeff.
Sorry about that.
Having people fall asleep in my class.
Thank you for such an engaging final speaker. We really enjoyed it. The looks around our table as we were watching you, everyone was so engaged and into what you were saying. And then afterwards, everyone had a smile on their face. So very inspirational, check marks for all of the categories. But just to point out a couple things, As I said, very inspirational. Everyone around the table said, when can we get into our company for a coaching session? So, Nathan Mark, the examples that you used, we felt, unlike some of the other groups, that the diamond was not overused and that everyone could relate to it, both men and women, was something relatable to just everyone in throughout life. And then very powerful voice. The only negative that we had is we all missed item number two. Sorry, we were very excited for the 3 items. We missed the second somewhere.
Thank you, Ann. What was your rating, your resonance rating?
A 9.
A 9. And Jeff, what was yours?
8.
Thank you. Andy in the back. Yeah.
6.
6, thank you. Okay, Natasha.
Can everybody hear me? All right, so Dominic, thank you for your speech, really appreciate it. We really enjoyed your pitch. Checks across the board, but I'll get to some of the points. The transitions of the 3 main points could maybe inflected your voice a little bit, just like our people, we missed bullet 2. So if you put a little emphasis on the 1, 2, 3 gotchas, I think that would have been great. A lot of theory, but would have kind of wanted some more examples, maybe a little bit more specific to business, which was the crowd that you were speaking to. So Hawks Diamonds was great, but maybe something else on, Jack Welch levels, something like that. All right, but good relevant examples. As Marissa would say, probably a little less preachy, although you might have the calling with the pulpit somewhere or something. So just gonna put it out. All right, and pace and energy was great. We thought that if you had recapped your 3 bullets at the end instead of the quote at the end, that probably would have been your suitable one. Thank you.
And what was the resonance rating, Natasha?
A 9.
A 9. A 9. Dominic, thank you so much. Everybody, thank you so much for coming out today. I have one last mini speaker who's going to give you a short little talk about something really important that I know you want to support. I want to go to Michelle.
So I go by Michelle or Michael. Parents say Michelle. Wife says Michael. But I'm with Juice Analytics.